everyone, this is Mishima Yuki, and you're listening to Raw Dogs. The Phantom Thieves might be out there stealing hearts, but the Raw Dogs are here to grab your attention.
Dylan, Mr. D-Man, Mr. Gin Juniper Jester, the Quinine Cowboy, Mr. God is Dead, Eat Some Booty. What's up?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, I'm okay. I'm Brad.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Tyler. Have you heard of My Chemical Romance? I was the Hamburglar.
Wow, Tyler. Tell us more.
I gotta go clean my car. I gotta go buy.
And I'm Lady Simpleton.
And I'm Madam Web. And those are just some of the stars of destiny you're going to find on this show. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Raw Dogs. Welcome to the final episode of Indie Games Month. Eiyuden Chronicle, 100 Heroes. And
They had to name it that?
they had to name it that.
It's not an appealing name.
Well, Suikoden is also not an appealing name.
But it stands out.
Well, it stands out in hindsight. When it came out initially, people saw Suikoden and...
Well, it had horrible box art, too.
Plus horrible box art. Yeah. No one thought of anything.
Some real Mega Man looking crap.
A game with such great art. I love the character designs in those games. So yeah, we're talking about Eiyuden Chronicle today. If you've listened to the show for a while, you know that I am hardcore into the Suikoden series.
Yes.
That is a fact. Mm-hmm. And I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I never beat Tactics. I didn't play any of the Suiko fucking offshoot games on like the DS or whatever because they're outside of the main timeline and they're different creators.
That's all you care about is the lore.
I care about the lore.
The lore.
Well, I do care about the lore, but your experience, Dylan.
I played through, I got a PS Vita probably around 2015.
Do you have the two-pack?
What do you mean?
Does the Vita have Suikoden 1 and 2 on it?
Not physical.
Okay, but you can download them.
You can download them, yeah. Or you used to be able to. They shut all that shit down. But I don't have the PS Vita anymore either, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But there was a time where I was using like a coach bus a lot to like visit family members and stuff. And I remember downloading 1 and 2. And throughout that entire time, beat both of them. Just knocked them out.
Yeah.
I was underwhelmed by 1, but it's like a good, solid bones of something that could be great.
Yeah, it's like a trial run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the story's a little confusing, I guess. A little shallow, a little too D&D-ish. And I was like, all right, well, it's fine.
It's a little bit A to B. Like, it's straightforward. But Suikoden 2.
Oh, my God.
Rich. It's a rich game.
From the opening to the not overly long intro, and they just jump you right in.
It's fun.
It's great.
The characters are fun.
The designs, the pixelation.
Yeah.
Everything just looks so good. From the perspective, too, the size of your character, excellently designed.
It's a beautiful game. The characters, some of them, you don't even see that often. They make a big impression, though. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Suikoden 1, it's like you were saying, it's a little more simple, a little more straightforward.
I enjoyed my time, and I got all the hero. Well, not all the heroes, but
there is a lot of lore to these games. 1 leads into 2 with some characters carrying over. 2 leads into 3 with some characters carrying over. 4 is major prequel, and then 5 is also a prequel with some of the characters from Suikoden 1.
Is 3 supposed to be kind of like a penultimate kind of wrap up?
Goodness me, no. It is good, but the gameplay is horrible in 3.
Really?
The story, though, is fantastic.
Sure.
it does a thing where you get like a little bit of the best of both worlds. This is a little bit about the Suikoden series today as well, because I can't help it.
Yeah. I told you it's Rant Corner because I didn't play today's game.
Suikoden 1 and 2, there's stories of like political intrigue. It's about war. It's about betrayal. It's about, interpersonal relationships. And there's also, though, the Chosen One, which kind of creeps in near the end. And
yeah,
that's always the least interesting to me. I know these were actually like somewhat inspired by Game of Thrones, which is weird to say because Game of Thrones was out early 90s before those games came out.
You can really see it.
You can. And it's trying to have a more sophisticated approach to war and storytelling, shades of gray. Mm-hmm. And that's great. I'm curious. The gameplay is a whole lot of acceptable, though. The combat's fun and snappy, and I think that the quickness of the combat makes you not notice how shallow and unchallenging it is in those games.
It is. One of the things that I think annoyed me this time around is that immediately you're kind of setting out with like 6 heroes.
Yeah.
And you don't ease people into things by giving you 6 right away.
They ease you into the thought of don't even think about battling, just auto battle.
Yeah. I mean, but then heal after auto battle. I was able to do it because their abilities aren't even like buffed up yet. They're basically like, I'd just be selecting the word fight for like 6 different people. Ugh. And I found myself just going like, wait, what? Isn't there like a function where I can skip past this a little easier?
I think that Eiyuden Chronicle came out this year, 2024, developed by Rabbit and Bear Studios and published by 505 Games, spiritual successor to Suikoden. Now, the reason they can say these things, that it's a spiritual successor, is because it has Yoshitaka Murayama, who was the producer, writer, and director of Suikoden 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
So if you like the storytelling of those games, the design of those games, this works. He also wrote Suikoden Volumes 1 and 2, and then he did work on another game called 10,000 Bullets, which I didn't know anything about.
I've heard of the name.
It didn't review well, but Suikoden released in 1995 to positive reviews, and then 2 became beloved as one of the greatest RPGs for the PlayStation 1.
I think you'll always find it on a top 10 list of JRPGs.
Yeah.
I think its cred doesn't exist within the mainstream, but people in the know, because if you talk to someone on the street, hey, how would you think of Suikoden? People would be like, what? And then you would say, oh, what about like Final Fantasy VII? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Sephiroth, big sword.
Did you know he can there's 11 versions of him?
I think Aerith is a Schrodinger's cat.
Oh, shit.
She's alive and dead.
God damn.
Yes. Suikoden 3 was released in July 2002. Murayama left Konami a month before release, and due to Konami policy, his name was removed from the credits entirely. That's some bullshit.
That shit would be illegal now.
Yeah.
That's why Kojima threw his name to every opening of every mission in Metal Gear Solid 5. Did you know that?
No.
So there'd also be like product placement too. And he wasn't doing that for no reason.
Yeah.
Like it would be like Ocelot shows up and he's wearing like special sunglasses. Yeah. And then it tells you the designer and it tells you like what's going on. But every mission that you move forward from your base, it will be like a game directed by Hideo Kojima, just to make it so difficult to pull him out.
I love it.
Because he knew he was on the outs.
I love it.
I love Hideo Kojima.
I like that he's been giving more lengthy reviews on his Instagram posts too, where he'll talk about a movie and then he'll actually have a lot written out, because before he'd be like, this is great. He'd just show a poster of Madam Web and like, I need your thoughts on it. What did you think of it?
I love him. I really want to go get some and not even to be stereotypical, I would love to sit down with I want to see him eat pho specifically.
Okay. Okay.
It's a Vietnamese dish.
I know what pho is.
Okay.
You want to watch him eat
I want to eat it. I want to eat some with him, and then I want to see how similar we are, because he says shit like I say shit sometimes in like the weird ways. He's just like, if I had all the power in the world, I would be a mysterious phantom person. I would be an anomaly. I think
you sound more like Igarashi.
Maybe. I don't know. I just want to see him eat a bowl of pho. What does he go for first? How does he mix his noodles?
I imagine he's pretty mild-mannered and small about it.
He's such a big man, though.
Well, I think he is a big man.
Okay. Sorry for the...
So, Kickstarter.
Uh-huh.
Something that I used to think was great, and I'm less hyped on it more and more these days.
Well, you have to explain that, first of all.
Well, first, a trailer was released with Koji Igarashi of Bloodstained Castlevania fame.
How old is this gentleman now?
Are you talking about Miriyama?
Igarashi.
Igarashi,
sorry.
He just helps do it. He helped with hyping for the game.
Oh, that's it?
That's all he did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, Miriyama is the one I was talking about. He's the Suikoden guy. But they brought in Castlevania dude, Igarashi. And yeah, he's like challenges it's like under a bridge. It's super low budget, but then Miriyama and his people like have fake weapons and shields, and they like challenge him or chase him off.
It's very Japanese.
It's very Japanese. It's cute. It's fine. But it says coming to PC at a minimum goal with stretch goals to bring the game to additional platforms, including PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and what winds up being incredibly detrimental and damaging to the game, Nintendo's next generational hardware. This was announced for Switch 2. The Switch 2 doesn't exist yet. This is a problem.
It's going to come out in Feb of next year, right?
So July 27th, 2020, Kickstarter for Eiyuden Chronicle goes live. 32 days later, $3.085 million has been raised.
Whoa.
At the time, it was the third highest funded video game in Kickstarter history behind Shenmue 3 and Bloodstained.
Oh, no. Well, Bloodstained is good.
After the fact. And I think this game will get there as well. Bloodstained was good when it came out with major problems and bugs, at least on the Switch one.
Well, I played the Switch one.
Oh, man.
I actually didn't find it to be that bad.
This game on the Switch is supposed to be unplayable.
Really?
Very, very bad. Like, open a menu, wait 10 seconds.
Oh, no.
That bad.
Like Final Fantasy IX loading screen bad?
I'd say worse.
Oh, Jesus.
Goals were smashed. It ultimately raised $4.541 million with 46,307 backers. The video that's on Kickstarter has about 1,000 more NPCs walking around in the village than wound up in the game. So it's maybe a little hopeful. Some goals for the game. $500,000 was the minimum goal. $750,000 allowed you to have a fortress town, which if they try to make a Suikoden game where you didn't have a base,
like a castle
where you
or
recruited
something,
blacksmiths and you had a bath, if they didn't do that, it wouldn't be Suikoden anyways, but they made that at $1 million. It came to consoles. 2.6 million got it a full orchestra, 3.1 million voice cutscenes, which is fine. The voice acting is across the board, I think, fine. It's,
they use
some is better than others.
Well, they used a lot of standard flair. Like people from like a stable of like them. No one was casted like, how do I explain this? I recognized almost every one of them is what I would say to some degree.
Okay. The voice actors?
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much. There were some like lower budget ones. There were some more high profile ones. I think Steve Bloom's in this.
Maybe. I didn't look.
Thought I
into
heard
it.
Bloom.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
All right, and he's pretty high profile in my opinion. But
yeah,
I thought everyone did a serviceable job. I didn't really. Here's the thing.
Some were.
Did it pass?
Some were exemplary. A lot of them were fine. They didn't bother me, which is the only one that bothered me was
it didn't make you cringe.
There is one, and it's a little like hamster thing that sits on a lady's shoulder. It goes, "Poopy poo, poopy poopy."
I like that.
Every time that happened, I'm like, Carly, please don't be in the room right now. I'm so embarrassed about this.
Well, she's your wife. She has to be embarrassed.
She just looks. Her life is an embarrassment with me.
Whenever there are times where I'm sitting and I'm watching something very cringe, or I'm playing something very like a very cringy moment in a video game that I know is made for like children, and Jordan will just look at me and I'll just be like, oh, "I'm sorry." I'm not apologizing. I was never going to apologize. I don't apologize like that. I'm like, I didn't make this. I'm just playing it. But I was playing like Sonic Frontiers or something, and then Amy Rose is like, Sonic, I really think that like after this we should go on a date. And I just turned to her and I'm just like,
I would have done like the sexy eyebrows look there.
Look, it needed a second pass through. I really just want to run fast.
I'm not playing this for the love interest. It's just a plus.
She is so hot though.
At 3.25 million, DLC 1 was unlocked. Backers get it for free. 4 million DLC 2, 4.5 million DLC 3, as well as the companion game, Rising, which that came out. We'll talk about that as well.
I played a millisecond of that.
DLCs 1, 2, and 3 were recently announced as the story of Sane, who is he's like the golden child from the enemy army who switches over. There's the story of Marissa, who is like the leader of like the cool, like more tribe-ish people. And then there's the story of Marcus, who is a fucking skeleton mage warlord. And his name is Marcus. And I'm like, you can do no wrong. Marcus is great. Everything else is a little obvious, but Marcus is, oh man, a skeleton warlord named Marcus is very cool to me.
Now, so did you find yourself actually enjoying the story of this game?
Yes.
Okay.
The gameplay got in the way of it.
Oh shit. Can you give me a rundown of what the plot contains therein?
There is a small group of nations that are all not able to like take care of themselves individually because the Empire that all wears blue. They're the bad guys from a made-for-TV Disney movie. They're very bad.
Oh boy.
Except for Sane, who's like, I don't know. My father supports the country, but this seems fucking evil. And you play as Noah, who is a boy with a ponytail.
Yeah, I got that.
And he's very milquetoast. He's very boring.
It's every what do you call that? Like where you project yourself onto a character. It's template.
It's a
like
blank slate.
Blank slate template, kind of like you put whatever you want to feel onto this character.
I don't like his design. His weapons are fine.
Oh, he looks fucking silly.
Yeah. He's acceptable. He's very 1990s PS1 RPG.
I can kind of appreciate that.
Yeah.
People don't go hard enough on that shit anymore.
The character designs are all great, but essentially you learn the Empire is manipulating a war into place by saying these things are happening and manipulating events to make it look like they're making artificial like assassinations, and then you see later the ear didn't even get hit.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense to me.
That was posted today. A reporter posted an image and there was not any damage at all. Yeah. And then Elon Musk deleted that guy's account. Mm-hmm. Fanning the flames, man.
Hey, man, I love getting political. I could go into it. I hold back.
Dude, I was at work when Biden had COVID and hadn't made an announcement. And everyone at work's like, he's dead. He died of COVID. They won't announce it yet because they're waiting. I was like, you guys are fucking dumb. Like, there's no way the president is dead and no one has mentioned it. Like, you couldn't get away with hiding that.
No. Well,
this ain't Game of Thrones, man.
Well, not in modern day. There was actually a time where a president basically was so indisposed that his wife had to take over for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then they lied about his state. And that they said, oh, he's working from bed. And everyone was just like looking around their shoulders. And it's actually really, really interesting.
I will say this story, though. They have a character who tries to be Luca Blight from Suikoden 2, and he is too obviously bad. I don't know. Some things just work and some things don't. The story, I think, though, is mostly serviceable. I love the character designs. I love the she-arcs, which are the shark people. The fact that their eyes are like their face is just always straight up, so I don't know how they're seeing things in front of them or anything. All across the board, though, character designs are great. Essentially, though, you're getting all the nations teamed up to fight the Empire. That's what's happening.
Can we stop having empires in as villains in games?
No.
Why?
Well, I'm just happy that there's not a chosen one narrative in this, where you don't have a goddess show up and say, "You have been chosen by the Rune Lens."
It makes me so upset. I hate chosen one shit.
Yep.
That's why I like Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate 3 is so fucking good.
Where it starts out, you think you are.
Yeah. Oh,
No spoilers.
I'm excited to talk about that. Many concepts from the page, because I did a look, and this isn't like articles that were AI generated that I looked at. Like, I just went and I was looking through everything, and many concepts that are saying they will be in the game that are on the Kickstarter are not available in the game.
Okay.
One is a cafeteria where you can assign different party members to cook and open restaurants in other towns. That never came. That does sound cool.
That'd be fun.
There are other concepts as well, but that was the one that stood out the most. My rewards that I have not received yet, because physical rewards take longer, I guess. Let's get the game out. I'll get a sigil button. That one I didn't choose. That one just came.
What's a sigil button?
It's a fucking button with probably a little sigil on it that I'll never wear.
From the well, you're not really a buttons guy.
No, I'm not.
Except on your big ska hat that you wear around.
Yeah. Yep. It says fuck couches.
Look at Rude Boy Skanking over here.
Dude, I love skank music. A CD soundtrack.
Oh.
The music is disappointing in this.
Is it pretty bad?
It's not bad. It's not iconic, though. Sure. And Suikoden 1 and 2, a lot of the music is iconic, sometimes for better or worse. But this one has a whole lot of just like blandness and nothing shined. I'm also getting
hooks.
No hooks. I'm also getting a vinyl soundtrack. Well, when I think of one of the things that is iconic for Suikoden 1 and 2 is the theme of perversion, which I'll put in right here. But it's like the main theme, but it's like kind of raunchy and like has a weird sex or like uncomfortableness to it. Because it's usually like, what are those two characters doing back behind the bushes? She's like, I'll get us through the gate. And it goes, and everyone's eyebrows are like going up.
Oh,
I love theme of perversion. None of that in this game.
Silly Japanese people.
I'll get the vinyl soundtrack as well. I did the playwright job reward set, which will get me the playbill and the scenario book, which will have like the story, the script, and like pictures to go along with it.
The playbill?
Playbill.
Playbill?
Yep.
A playbill for a video game?
I don't know if it's like from the stage.
They just give you a pamphlet?
I don't know, Dylan. I haven't received it yet. In 2 years when I get it, I'll give you an update.
I don't think I'll be interested.
I'm also getting a cloth map, which I definitely, in hindsight, don't care about. And collectible cards, which in hindsight, I don't care about. If this game affected me,
One Piece cards, you'd be like, hell yeah.
I still, every time I go into a store, I just pop over and see if there's any One Piece cards. I've never seen them in the wild.
I know a place to go now. I have a guy.
Okay.
I buy booster boxes from him every month.
You got a guy.
Yeah, it's the Crimson Guild. It's over on North.
Okay.
Really friendly gentlemen.
That's great.
They invited me over to try my hand on some like on Fridays. And I said, I just kind of like playing with my wife. I'd like to teach some of my friends, but I can't do this competitively. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, "Oh, but you still like it?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I love One Piece." And the amount of One Piece cards I have now, it's a lot. I'm gonna start giving you some.
Yeah.
Worthless ones, but you know.
Yeah. If this game affected me as much as the Suikoden series did, I'd want these things. But after playing it, this game is a mess.
Okay.
Some premium rewards that you can get that I didn't get. Your name on a tombstone in game,
Wow.
which I did see some,
Didn't we get that on Sea of Stars?
which I haven't played yet. But yes, there is
Jesus Christ, Bradley.
there's a statue that's
That's a good game.
Well, I haven't received my Kickstarter rewards for that yet either, which is it's a thing. And this is something I did want to mention, the Kickstarterification of games, which I find abhorrent, distracting, and I understand it's like a necessary evil, but painted portrait in the game. So you have this art style and things are in that art style. And one of the first spots you go is a giant portrait of some guy who doesn't fit the art style. And
really?
I know that dude just paid like $500 and it sticks the fuck out. It's one thing like in Bloodstained, there's that one skill you get that has paintings dance around you and you get different people's paintings on that.
That's cool.
It's a little more unobtrusive.
quick.
This one is a giant painting staring at you.
Oh no.
I hated it. Name rival racer eggs. So there's egg racing, which I didn't do one time, but you can like name the eggs.
What, you were like fucking Billy Hatcher or something?
There's a lot. And this game, it has no shortage of mini games or things to do, but a lot of it isn't additive. Name an ingredient in the cooking. You can name a rival Bigoma trainer, which we'll talk about Bigoma.
Why didn't you name an ingredient?
Because I don't want to spend $250 to have
Dog, you could put dog poo in there.
Bradley's dog poo is what it would be called.
Bradley's dog poo. He just ate a dog.
And then it's my poo. Name in the game is a soldier. Sounds great. But what it is in the giant warfare battles, which are underwhelming at best, there is a line or like a scrolling text to the side, which looks like you're playing World of Warcraft. There's so many things scrolling.
Yeah, fuck that.
This person died. This person died. This person won. This person died. This person won in battle. This person did this. This person did this. And it just scrolls. And those people paid a lot of money to have their name just...
Some of them are named... Some of the... It's not even their real name, so it's really distracting.
XX dog poo lover.
Yeah.
XX whatever. Like dash
Naruto cross Sasuke 9/11.
We must remember Naruto cross Sasuke lost their life in this battle. And it just scrolls, and it's so stupid looking, and it's so annoying. It's one of those things that maybe they were going to try and integrate it in a way that made more sense, but they were behind schedule, and they're like, it has to be in there. Fucking put it in there. And a lot of these things kind of just feel like after the fact.
That irks me, and I'm glad I didn't play this.
Something cool though. You could become an NPC in the game, and these are done in the art style. You don't get your own portrait, but your character it would be like you wearing this shirt and your hair, and you'd have a beard.
Sure.
And you can also have your cats or dogs in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
And you just go up to a cat, and this one's name is like Henry. I'm like, cool.
That rules.
And there's one.
I'd rather have my pet in the game than me.
Well, there's one NPC that also had two cats, and it had their names, and they said like, "These are my cats, so and so. They make me so happy. I love them so much." And then I was on the Reddit, and the person said, when I funded this, like don't know if they said both cats had since passed away.
Oh no!
But he's like, it was super cool and special to see my.
I like that.
That's cool, and that's like good Kickstarter stuff.
Yeah.
Put some animals in the game in the background that are in the art style and not a painting of some guy.
Maybe get their colors right. Yeah. That'd be cool. Like I honestly I would choose my dog.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, there's
you can see Beatrice.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Gran Turismo 9, there's Beatrice at the side. Like before the race starts, you can see them.
I don't think they allow dogs near the racetracks, man.
Also, Gran Turismo 8 doesn't need your money.
Gran Turismo 8 will want my money.
They'll get your money, but they don't need it.
You know what? The pay-to-win scheme that they're trying to do in Gran Turismo 7 doesn't really work.
Good.
You can buy credits, but you're better off just earning them in races because they make you better.
I hate money being squeezed out of me by video
That's
games.
the only DLC. They just release new car packs all the time.
That's great.
And I have new cars sitting in my garage.
But when will they bring the Batmobiles in?
Never. It's a realistic driving simulator, Bradley.
The Batmobile is real?
Oh, what? The Tumbler?
The Pattinson one.
That's just like a Camaro. That's already in the game.
Eiyuden Chronicle Rising.
I could make it look like the Batmobile.
Chronicle Rising was released May 10th, 2022 from another developer from Natsume Atari. It's a 2D side-scrolling action RPG where you explore a series of labyrinthine rooms presented as a platform action game. Mixed to positive reviews. I beat this, and it was fine.
It just looked like if this was supposed to whet my tastes for anything, it wasn't doing its job.
I liked the character designs.
I like that kangaroo.
Garoo.
Yeah.
Oh, g'day, mate. I'm a kangaroo. And he actually...
I'm a She-Hulk.
And he actually...
And I'm a She-Hulk. I'm pulling my head back.
You just lost your headphones.
I know. I lost my headphones. I'm a She-Hulk.
But, so... Yeah, but the character designs are cool. The actual gameplay, I'm like, you're not selling me anything. But a kangaroo with an eye patch and a giant sword, I'm a simple man.
Yeah.
I like that. And then the mayor of the city is like a cute mage lady with blue hair. I'm like, I'm in.
Sure.
Cool designs.
Yeah.
And overall, though, the game, I beat it because I had to.
Oh, no.
Because part of it, like, you unlock something in 100 Heroes. But part of it is like I just wanted to know going into this game that I'm actually excited for. So I beat the whole game. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like, I can't wait to play more.
But that also came out like 2 years before.
2 years before.
That is not the way to do that.
Well, they did. The team for 100 Heroes, we mentioned Yoshitaka Murayama was the writer. Directed by Osamu Komuda, who programmed Suikoden 4 and directed and planned Tactus and Tierkreis. Produced and art by Junichi Murakami, the director of Aria of Sorrow.
No. Yeah.
Designed and art by Junko Kuwano, who was the designer for Suikoden, writer, producer, designer for Suikoden 4, Tactics, and Suikoden 5.
Fair.
They brought everyone back, and the composers were Motoi Sakuraba from the Tales of series, Golden Sun, and Baten Kaitos.
Love all three of those.
It's a shame I don't like this music more than... It's fine. It's serviceable.
Baten Kaitos has some of the best soundtrack.
Yeah?
It's ethereal. It's different. It's on the Switch now.
And then other composers, Michiki Naruke, who did Wild Arms 1 through 4.
That's a decent soundtrack.
The development timeline, February 11th, 2021, announced 505 would be the publisher. June 13th, 2021, announces a day one Game Pass release, much to Brad's chagrin. As part of the deal, though, a third piece
Why don't you cry more lib tears, dude? Cry lib. What was that?
Don't Game Pass my games. I bought it physical. Don't put it on Game Pass.
Okay, Snowflake.
As part of the deal, a third piece of DLC would be free for backers.
Great.
Thank you.
Are you so excited for the DLC?
Only the Marcus one. And even then, not really. I don't want to play this game again.
Yes. How much did you contribute?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yes, you do.
Probably 180.
Whoa.
I'm getting a lot of physical rewards in a couple years, Dylan.
For a game you don't even... It's just going to be crap sitting in your house. I thought
I was going to love it.
People thought that about Shenmue 3.
Well, and I'm hoping they're patching the shit out of it currently.
Really?
And I'm hoping it's going to go through a bloodstained fixer-upper. I didn't enjoy the combat in this barely at all.
I was bored from the start.
May 25th, 2022, announced it was coming to Nintendo Switch instead of the Switch 2.
Ooh.
Bad. This is one of the reasons the game is a mess, I think.
Originally, they had to dumb it down.
Originally slated to release October 2022, but then COVID, and then it was pushed to 2023, and then ultimately 2024. This came out 4/20/2024 for backers that got it digitally.
Yeah, man, toke up. Play some Eiyuden Chronicles.
Yo, dude, this Marcus guy's like a skeleton.
I'm just picturing...
This ingredient is called dog poo. Who did this?
Hey, man, put on Slow Ride, and we'll play some Eiyuden Chronicles.
Man, this takes me back.
Wow.
The very next day, pre-order digital, and then worldwide release, April 23rd. I think I got my physical copy like a week late, but I honestly didn't give a fuck.
This is so intriguing. You've fallen flat on your face with these things how many times now?
Never again. Well, actually, no, I backed a Metroidvania from a small Mexican developer, and I only put like $12 into it.
That's fine.
And I've only played a little bit, but it looked great. I forget what it was called even.
No, I'm intrigued.
We can look it up after this. The plot of Eiyuden Chronicle is set on the Alron continent, a land of diverse nations and inhabitants. Rune lenses are some natural occurring magical material that can be used as weapons or to cast spells. Some are born inside of your bodies, and the primal rune lenses are super powerful and essentially the MacGuffin for the game. Everyone wants the big rune lenses, nuclear power, whatever you want to call it. The Galdean Empire searches for rune lenses, and one man, Dukes Aldrich, seeks to usurp power.
Dukes.
The Dukes. The clan of the Dukes. And Noah is a 17-year-old from a remote village with a ponytail who wants to help out in the Eltisways Watch. I'm not going to talk more about the plot than that.
That's fine.
There's Shiarks.
That's all I care
There's a
about.
kangaroo with an eye patch, and he has a little girl named Allaby. I'm into all that.
Like as in Wallaby?
Yeah, but it's his daughter. It's a little girl named Allaby. And that's fine.
Is it also a kangaroo?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's fine. The battles are turn-based combat with up to 6 characters. Support characters can supplement the party with different bonuses. Seems kind of half-baked. The SP system is never explained.
No.
You get little SP charges, and you're allowed to do certain skills or rune attacks, magic attacks, but you need the amount of SP.
That wasn't in the tutorial, huh?
You save up SP 1 per turn, but you start with a random amount, and they don't say how you get it ever. And there's no rhyme or reason. Some people just have more SP to start a battle sometimes, and it's random battle to battle.
That's fucked up.
You are given 6 SP to start the battle, and it is randomly assigned to characters. I found that out not in the game.
If they had like a set amount where there'd be like a bonus for characters that might be like quicker to the punch, that's cool.
Well, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
But that would make sense. There are unite attacks, which are almost all broken. You can do, doing them doesn't work half the time because certain formation, medium range, long range, short range, and where enemies are, I almost never could get unite attacks to register, even when everyone was there. And when you can get them to register, they're supposed to do ×3 damage. They don't. People have done the math. They're like, most of the unite attacks do less damage than if you do individual attacks.
Oh, no. So nobody uses them then?
There's no reason to use them. Unless you want to see them, just go to YouTube, watch a video. Auto battle, it spams the best things essentially. You can set it to use no MP, no items if you want, only physical attacks.
Then what's the point of playing a game?
They seem to understand it sucks because they push so hard auto battle. I'm like, why even have battles?
Well, here's what's interesting. Unicorn Overlord, which is kind of an auto battler, but it's based on your position on a map, kind of RTS style.
Okay.
So there's a lot more going on, but depending on your troop setup within your, because it's basically Suikoden, it's 6, and there's 3 in the back, 3 in the front.
Yep.
And then you let it all play out. But how it plays out based on the enemies that you're fighting, there's going to be certain benefits. You really have to figure out what you're doing and what type of troops and what type of platoons you actually want to send out to do specific tasks.
It's strategic.
Exactly. But watching Unicorn Overlord play out, is really fun and interesting because your characters end up doing wild things like covering their friends and partners or uniting for an attack on their own. Sometimes that is actually like a percentage chance type thing where you can get like criticals. But I was playing this and I maybe got through like the first like dungeony kind of forest area and I was just like, I'm watching them from the back.
Yeah.
There's nothing dynamic about this. It's just plain boring.
Well, and it's shallow as fuck. There's no depth to the gameplay. They try and have like gimmicks. And they even call it like gimmick thing where it's like move a switch and it like just changes one aspect of the battle. Otherwise, it's a war of attrition. It's attack, use your strongest spells if you got them.
Heal, attack.
It's never exciting, never interesting. And they seem to know that, where they just push auto battle. And at that point, if your battling is so boring, you're implementing auto battle to where you don't even have to do anything. Near the end of the game, many of the final bosses, not the final one, but many of the final one, I knew that I didn't care. I hit auto battle and I went and like got a beer, did some dishes for 5 minutes and just came back and it was done.
Really?
That's how excited I was about the auto battling.
And you wanted me to try playing this.
Well, I wanted you to be angry with me.
I am angry, but I know my cutoff and I know when I'm not willing to tolerate something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do some homework.
Well, I'm going to get I get the cloth map in 2 years, I need to know where everything is, Dylan.
Man, you're going to frame that? It's going to look so good in this place.
I'm going to frame it.
And then we're all going to talk about the deep, intricate lore.
Well, and
we're all going to talk about how wrong we were.
The writing is good. The characters are designed well. There is a lot to this game that I do admire.
The
gameplay is not anywhere near one of them.
Why didn't they just... Okay, if they had copied and pasted just a little bit of Suikoden 2.
Well, they tried to. And I think the problem is they took only the shallow, most basic things. Mm-hmm. And I mean, looking back, Suikoden 2's battle system is incredibly shallow as well. But it doesn't overstay its welcome. No. And it gets in and out. And the
battles are always quick.
I'm so involved with the story and how things are moving that everything works despite fairly shallow battle system, but also everything works in that battle system. United attacks work in that battle system.
What if they had introduced something like interesting, like what Paper Mario does, where everything is kind of prompt based and you can get bonuses for like hitting the button a certain way? Or wouldn't that like
anything?
That would make it spicy. That would make it like that's my kind of shit. That's why I love like the Paper Mario series. Still haven't played Thousand Year Door remake yet, but
it becomes just this garbage war of attrition. I know I'm going to get hit. I know I'm going to hit them. Use some potions. Bring enough healing potions, and it's RPGs in the worst way.
Yeah.
Yes. Leveling. Your characters benefit disproportionately when they are at a lower level than an enemy. However, the amount of experience you gain falls dramatically as your party grows in strength. So essentially, it's kind of like a rubber banding.
Ew.
Well, no, I mean,
okay.
Because when you have 100 characters, you can bring in someone level 10 when you're level 30, and it'll shoot them up.
Oh, so it'll equal out.
So that's okay. This actually, there is a spot later in the game where you unlock like the challenge mode, and I just tried it once, and I was under-leveled with my party, and I went in, and I just threw everything at it, and I beat it, and my character shot up like 15 levels, and I wasn't supposed to get that level that early, so I didn't have to pay attention to anything else battle-wise the rest of the game.
Because it was already...
Because I'd gotten way past it, and now everything was a breeze, thank God. That was nice, because at that point, the last third of the game, I didn't care anymore about the battling, and I just wanted to get through the game and see the story to the end.
That is just not great.
There are war battles where legions are deployed against each other with their own unique abilities.
An aspect I really liked from the Suikoden.
Yep. Grid-based, direction-facing. This is fine. You don't do a lot of it, and it feels like there's a deeper system that isn't utilized. You can do mock battles in your castle, but I'm not going to go.
Brad, do you want to know what would get the stink out of your nose?
Aegis Rim 13 Sentinels?
That and Unicorn Overlord above all else. You would love Unicorn Overlord.
Maybe it's time.
It is.
Maybe
I'm
it's
sorry
time.
I don't have a physical copy for you, but it's worth every pen. It's still my game of the year.
That came out this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing beating it. Not even 7 Rebirth.
There's duels, which are the rock, paper, scissors-ish with dialogue, cinematic. They're fine. They serve the purpose. I can't really complain about them. Important tips: acquire the dash shoes in the abandoned mine early. You will want to run fast so you can get through things quicker.
Oh, I think you're giving advice to people who aren't going to play this because we're not recommending it.
I might recommend it.
Oh, no. Why?
Maybe it'll be patched in 2 years when I get my physical rewards.
And then you'll be like, guys, and everyone's going to be like, oh, okay.
Man, this is I recommend you watch a 15-minute YouTube video describing stuff.
Yeah.
Also buy Rune Shard of Returns, which allows you to quickly transport to the entrance of dungeons when you go in somewhere. Always have those. You'll save time. Essentially, the less you play this game, the better.
And it rewards you for doing so.
Inventory management. You're allowed 30 items. Some items stack, some don't. The inventory management was frustrating to me as well. Because you collect things and you win things, and then I don't want these things, and I'm stuck with these things.
Oh.
Yeah. The headquarters, awesome. It's
Really?
cool when you get your castle. It's cool seeing it upgrade. The bathhouse is great.
Of course you would love that.
It's all the characters. They're Suikoden style characters. They have brief amounts of dialogue, memorable, well designed. Mm-hmm. Everything stands out. I'd give their characters 10 out of 10 in this game. There's a thing with the mission guild where you can send certain party members out on missions to collect items. Think Final Fantasy Tactics when you go to the bars. There's accessory shop, armor shop, tool shop, rune shop, trading shop. The trading post sucks. And blacksmiths as well. There's some more unique headquarter things. Divination from Bababa. I know you have about as much of an attention span for Eiyuden Chronicle as I had while playing it.
I'm listening.
Yep.
Because now this has become a podcast to me. I'm not starring in said podcast.
Just put it on auto podcast.
All auto podcast.
Bababa can locate allies or give you details. This is a cool way to help you find characters you don't have yet. And you can also, if you want to know more about a character, like what the fuck is this Shiark dude's thing? And then she'll say, oh, his parents died when he was young. I'm like,
It's kind of cool.
I'm a Shiark. Turns out his parents died. Hot Springs, we mentioned.
Rich backstory.
The theater is cool. 5 different plays, and you choose the cast, and they have different dialogue for the characters, and depending on who is cast and what.
I know you just got back from battle, guys, but
We're doing Shakespeare in Love.
Shakespeare in Love. Who's Gwyneth Paltrow?
Shiark, you. I'm Gwyneth Paltrow.
Have you tried Goop? Sorry. Have you tried Goop?
It'll cure cancer.
Apparently. Do you want a candle that smells like my shark cloaca vagina?
Poopy poo. And then they kiss.
Poopy Poo says Poopy Poo says he wants the poo. He wants the candle. Am I right?
Oh man. For people that have played this game, what was your experience? Did you enjoy all of this? Because I was playing through this stuff and I was like, oh my God.
I feel like I'm writing my own anime in my head now.
There's a workshop to decorate your castle. That's fine. I like that. You can certain statues decorate your room.
Customization is important.
The mystery room is a boss rush. I mentioned that. A lot of mini games. There's fishing, which is shallow but fine. Doesn't overstay its welcome.
What's it, like Stardew Valley type? Or
it's where you see the fish swimming around and they grab it, and then you have a brief like tap to pull it up quick.
Oh.
But mostly it's about timing.
Sure. So it's just Animal Crossing.
I haven't played it, but probably.
Carly did. She'll tell you.
Eggfoot racing, which I never did.
What's Eggfoot?
You have eggs, and then they're half hatched, so their legs come out the bottom, and they just run.
That's Demented.
I like Demented.
What is this, Garfield and Friends?
I fucking hate podcasts.
Do you remember that?
I never watched Garfield.
Oh, well.
Except the Chris Pratt vehicle. Because he drives that perfectly. When he says he hates Mondays, I'm like, damn, Chris, I feel you.
I do like lasagna.
I love lasagna. I'm gonna really use some lasagna tonight.
I don't think Chris Pratt has eaten lasagna in 10 years.
It's a me.
I think he's being disingenuous by playing a chubby character.
I think it's cast chubby actors, dude.
Yeah, cast me. I'll be Mario.
We're out there. There's shark racing. Horrible. The She-Ark racing minigame, fucking broken and dumb and not fun.
It's pronounced Kamala. You said shark racing at first.
It is pronounced Kamala. I can't even say what's her name.
Camilla.
Yeah, because we want to have a fucking world leader who can't remember one person's name.
I know. It's so dumb.
Oh my God. Just racism.
I don't like powerful women.
And what is she going to do? Cook me to death?
She's kind of hot.
Wood. Hashtag wood.
Hashtag wood. Honestly, Kamala is pretty mommy. I like Kamala. Kamala.
Wood. The card battle. This is fun. It's actually pretty good. Like, you collect different trading cards and they have different attributes, different elements, and you have to play them a certain way in different parts of the playing board. I won't explain how it works. It's actually good.
What if at the end of development, they just made the card game Balatro and they're just like, hopefully nobody notices. And then you just spend all your time in the card game, in the game.
At least there'd be something fun. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But the card battle, you only have to do a couple times. The game that you have to play a fuck ton of is Bygoma, which is just Beyblade. I think it's Beyblade. I never played Beyblade.
I played Beyblade.
Where you spin a top and the tops just battle on a field? Mm-hmm. Yes. There's no rhyme or reason to this game. To collect, like...
Do you control the blades?
After you shoot it, and then you're able to, like... Your ability charges up. Hated it. I had to play so much of it. This was like 4 hours to recruit one character. And I hated Bygoma. All to get some Yu-Gi-Oh! Looking motherfucker.
With the scary spiky hair?
His art style didn't match the rest of the characters. Because they were making him look like a...
I think someone was like, I got a hard on for Yu-Gi-Oh! And Beyblade.
I think it was one of the goals, Kickstarter goals, a Beyblade style minigame. Yep. A lot of collectibles. The worst recruiting process, Hogan for the trading post, because you have to buy items here, sell them there, and there's arrows down or up. Poorly explained. I wound up spending a lot of time on this. It sucked. And Reed is the Bygoma character. I also just briefly mentioned cool characters. Marcus, he's an undead dude named Marcus who has a castle.
Cool.
And he was betrayed by his love, I believe. So he's like a tragic character.
Okay.
Milana is a necromancer. And
is she hot?
I don't think she's hot. I think she's cute. But she gives Marcus a lot of shit. Francesca is a girly girl, but when you use her in battle, she just like she's either like cute or screaming mad, which is fun. Kangaroo. Yeah. A lot of characters. And
Garu's in here too?
Yeah, Guru. Yeah, all the characters from Rising are in this, which is nice. I like that. Yeah. Complaints, if I haven't listed enough. Characters will have conversations while you're exploring in the bottom left corner of the screen.
Oh, I hate that.
So you have to look down.
And then you're not focusing on the screen.
I never want to look there. Music is underwhelming. Battle always feels trivial and undercooked. Eventually, I just always had it set to auto. And with boss battles, I would set it to auto and walk away. That's what I wrote here a month and a half ago.
How long do the battles take? Like the boss ones.
Not I mean, not long enough.
For you to get up off your ass, go to the fridge.
And just come back. I'm like, all right, well, I have 2 more minutes, and then I'd leave and come back. I mentioned the Kickstarterification. That was something I found very cloying, very annoying. The bugs. I have a bug section. We're almost through this.
No, it's fine.
The cooking battle, when it was released, so the cooking battle is awesome, but it was broken. You have different characters that you've recruited, and this person's like, I love sweets. And the next person is from a desert and they like spicy food. And so you have to try and make an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert that matches up with the different characters. It's a cool concept. And
like
certain
that.
characters.
I mean, I like cooking stuff, but.
Well, and you're cooking for these 4 people and you want to try and make everyone kind of happy or someone really happy.
Sure.
The problem is when it was released, every dish was considered an appetizer. So it was broken. It was bugged. So you'd want to never do a dessert because it would be treated as an appetizer. You'd essentially, I think, you just want to just spam.
You can't win it all.
You just want to spam appetizers the whole time.
Oh.
One of the characters could become unrecruitable if you just talk to somebody at the wrong time.
This just makes me want Applebee's appetizers.
I want some Dollartinis. Dollaritas.
Oh, dude, I'd get so fucked up.
Unite attacks and attack range was broken. The loading screen on Switch was 8 to 10 seconds per screen. Final military battles. This was when I played. There were little scenes of like things happening. Audio completely cut out. Not a single bit of audio for like 10, 20 seconds.
Holy shit.
Random encounters influenced by screen refresh rate. So for those playing with a higher refresh rate on like PC or whatever, had less encounters because the way that it was.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A blessing in disguise.
Surely.
New Game Plus, what carries over are recruited characters, inventory and storage, character levels, weapon levels. What doesn't carry over is everything at the headquarters. There's 3 DLCs coming out.
Honestly,
thank you for letting me.
No, that's
get
fine.
These feelings
I truly wanted to hear about it because I knew I wasn't going to touch this.
Yeah.
And I played 35 minutes of it, and I found myself keep wanting to put down the controller. That's not what you want. That's rule numero uno.
Yeah.
Make me want to avoid peeing. Your game is so good.
Instead, I was like going and peeing while the game played itself.
Yeah. And then you come back and it's like victory and you're just like,
I'd get to a part where I'm like, oh, good, I can walk away for a bit.
Yeah.
The design, the world, the characters.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
The dialogue, funny, cool, awesome. Everything about the video game aspect of it, bad. It could be patched. It could be fixed. Maybe there's a way to make the battles fun.
I imagine they will try. It just sounds like the bones of this are kind of off. It's like when Bloodstained came out, there was a lot of issues. And 3-4 months later, it became a lot better. And that's No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky came out, and now it's super beloved, but it sucked when it arrived. Hell, even I like it now.
Yeah. So maybe, I mean, they're doing a lot of work, and hopefully they fix it up. Because if in 2 years someone says it's finally good, I'd consider giving it another run. But the moment I get annoyed, I would stop.
It takes a lot for me, especially when you lose trust like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go back.
I'd be curious to see the changes. If somebody says they made battles fun, I'd try.
No Man's Sky, it took me 8 years to give that thing another shot. So,
yeah, first impressions are a serious thing.
You know what? And I kind of enjoyed what I was playing the first time around. I just wasn't expecting that experience.
Yeah.
And now that it's finally a whole thing where there's like races of aliens and shit, and you can talk to them, and you can go to this base, and there's VR support for it.
It's crazy.
One of the best VR games I've ever played, bar none.
Yeah.
It just works. And Eiyuden Chronicle, VR, come on.
That's all you need. Just let me go Shiark racing in VR.
That wouldn't be too bad, huh?
I do kind of have an issue with the look of this game too. In the fact that it's doing that 2.5D RPG where some of it, where some of it's like super 3D and try and make it modern looking, and the characters are like, you know, that 2D look. I just want a classic looking RPG. I don't need that modern sheen. It doesn't, like, to make it look modern. It's like they think that when they do a prequel to the thing, that these practical effects, which they worked hard at, there's a problem with them. So they make it all CG. It's like, just draw it out. If it's cheaper and quicker, it looks better.
Yeah.
I don't need to have a 3D model of a building. Just draw it. It'll match everything else. Sometimes it's the disparity is.
I don't think people realize how much craft has to actually go into that 2.5D style.
Yeah.
Which is why I always appreciate it. And I tend to buy like Octopath Traveler, Star Ocean, Second Story R. There's so many of them that I just think look absolutely brilliant because they're capturing something that feels old, but then it's like slapping a fresh coat of paint on it.
My thing is when the art style feels consistent.
Yeah.
And in this game specifically, it feels like characters and then background, like the world, and it's just it clashes too much in my brain. Yeah. I don't have much else to say about this. 10 out of 10 character design, 1 out of 10 gameplay.
Everything else. Well, I was glad you actually said something about this because I was never going to touch it, and I think that hearing about this reaffirms me in a very positive way. Yeah.
I am having less of the ability to care about things that bother me these days. And
it's just called getting old.
Yeah. Let's rank this fucker. Kingdom Hearts 1 or Eiyuden Chronicle. We're going at the bottom.
I'm just going to give Eiyuden Chronicle.
Yeah, I'm going to Eiyuden Chronicle. Undertale or Eiyuden Chronicle.
Undertale's that far down?
Yeah.
Wow.
You hate Undertale.
I would give Undertale.
We have a lot of good games.
I know.
Mostly we talk about good games.
I know, but I would give it to Undertale.
I'd go Eiyuden Chronicle.
Interesting.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
On shoot. 1, 2, 3, scissors. 1, 2, 3, paper. Okay. You went rock.
Oh, you wanted to lose?
Paper beats rock.
Yeah, I know. You didn't do paper.
I say it. You're supposed to say it.
Oh.
So for the listeners.
You didn't
Dylan
do
did
paper.
rock, but I said
rock.
I said paper.
Yeah, but you put out rock.
But I said paper. Because we're doing it for the listeners, not for each other.
That's called cheating.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
I said paper.
But you had a rock.
But I was duped. It's for the listeners, Dylan.
Fine, we'll whatever. Choose whatever you want in that realm. I don't give a shit. They're all dumpers.
Don't Starve or Eiyuden Chronicle.
Don't Starve is a better game.
I agree. Kingdom Hearts 3 or Eiyuden Chronicle?
Ooh, Kingdom Hearts 3. I haven't played Eiyuden Chronicle. I can't really vote.
I guess that's true.
So erase what I've said. You get to play something.
I'm gonna put it above Undertale and below Punch Out.
The original Punch Out?
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough.
And that puts Eiyuden Chronicle at 54 out of 59 games. It's above Undertale, Nex Machina, which is a much better game. Arkham City. Arkham City's pretty low.
I don't really like Arkham City.
That's weird. Arkham City's a good game.
It's fine. I like Asylum way better.
I agree. Untitled Goose Game and Kingdom Hearts 1. Special thanks to our Patreon executive producers, Ryan Christianek, Kipper, Brian Ward, Jordan Hoff, Phil Wright, Phil Just Phil, Coldwell Gardno, Bryant Ross, Kelly Gutowski, Justin Melly, and Imagine Wagons 69420. We appreciate your support. For access to episodes early, access to bonus episodes, access to the Discord, and so much more, check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast. And maybe don't back things on Kickstarter.
I don't support a product until the product's finished.
This was a for sure, and I was wrong. And I've been burned too many times.
Yeah.
Monkey Ball Banana Mania, horrible. But the new Monkey Ball, good. But I waited until I read a fucking review. Like a smart man.
Baby, you just gotta be smart. Try it out sometime.
Fuck. Bye.